Welcome to our today's weekly regular session on Foundation of Personal Success. It's a web series we have been working on from last couple of months now. And I'm your host and coach, Marathib. Um, Today is a very important topic, very emotional in the way that many people get connected emotionally with the title, Where Are You From? So, but we will try to explore this thing in details from different paradigms, from different dimensions. But in the meanwhile, if you have any question, then you are very welcome to ask over the video or audio or on the chat box as well. So I'm going to start now. Welcome again. Before going to start, there are some couple of useful links where you can access my old things, my blog, my coaching website, and some couple of groups, especially the 7 Habits, which is based on Dr. Stephen R. Covey's work on a different aspect, especially on leadership, which have around 32,000 members. And this is my YouTube channel. If you are watching me, we request you to join our subscribe our YouTube channel and spread to your friend and family. We are trying to build a community of for causing something great to make a difference in our life in and also to other people as well. Uh, this session is for everyone who is a reality or truth lover, and there is a warning. It's not very serious, to be honestly, but just for formality. The content of today's class session may change outlook of yourself towards life, success, and people and world around us. You are watching, if you are watching on recording or people who are online, on your own responsibility in terms of anything, if you find any offensive, even though my attention is not at all to give any sort of offensive things. There is a disclaimer. The purpose of this class is not to promote or demote any race, religion, language, or culture, etc. It is only to understand true spirit of love, respect, and prosperity for people across the world, in UK, in USA, in all part of the world. Any content must not be taken very seriously, personally, offensive, if you belongs to any group or that's it. And I will be telling you some links, some reference in the books where I'm taking some of the slides. Yeah. So I'm not going in details for starting. So let's start our session today. It's my one of favorite quote from Stephen R. Covey about when we open our mouth to describe what we see, we in effect describe ourselves, our perceptions, our paradigms. So anything, if we are speaking, even I'm talking with you, you are replying me. So they all things are describing about myself, my perception, my paradigms, because we cannot explain or talk any other thing apart from our paradigm, apart from our thoughts. So that's why we are what we are thinking, and that's the mindful Stephen Covey's quote, and it relate with our topic of today, that where are you from? So when we ask this question to someone, uh, then obviously it reflecting my thought, my mindset to some external person. And most of the people, they take it as as a just question, but more people, they take it as a offensive question, because some people may think that after this, some racist type of things or some offensive or difficult situation is going to be come across. If there is no trust between both people, both person who are talking, one who is asking this question. So we are in millions or billions of people. We have our faces. We have all. We are human beings. We know each other. There is animal kingdom, bird kingdom, insect, and billion trillions of living organisms, creations on this planet Earth. And specifically is talking about only human being, uh, because thoughts are related with human being, and humanity is directly linked with Homo sapiens, which were evolved around 75,000 years ago, um, as mentioned uh, uh, by a famous author in the book *Sapiens*. But we are not going in detail, but we will be trying specific about from where you are and what does it really mean for you, to be honestly. If you want to explain before I want to explain it, if I ask Jenny or I ask Ifzal or ask Eva or anybody who is watching it, that where you come from or where you belongs to or where are you from, what initial thought will come in your mind? Imagine that you don't know me as such. There is no essential level of trust between you and me. And I'm just asking out of the question, where are you from? Now, there might be very two type of thought come in your mind. One, if you want to influence on me, so you will have a sense of superiority on me, and Inish, and you will tell, oh, I'm from that city. I born there, my family, my parents raised there, I raised there, I I lived there, then I moved there, blah blah blah, very confidently. But if there is a low trust and I feel if inferiority complex, then I will be reluctant that why he's asking or she's asking me where I'm from. So there will be lot of things start to operate in my mind, why that person is trying to find my origin, my family origin. I'm born, no, my parents were born from. Oh, no, no, my parents born from. Oh, no, no, we all born in this country, but still we are not part of this country. What he or she is mean to ask me this question? And again, I will ask, oh, I think she or he is asking my ethnicity. Oh, no, no. Maybe she or he wants to judge my potential actually. Because if I say I belongs to that country, I belongs to that country or city, then he or she will respond me differently and blah, blah, blah. So there are many confusion will start in my mind when somebody asks me question, and if I'm not confident and I have some low degree of confidence or self-esteem in myself. and it's starting of clash between two person. And the best thing what we can do, if you want to ask someone that where you are from, the best thing you can do, first try to create a trust. Once you will try to create a trust, then happily other person will tell you about himself or herself, and then we can further go for good conversation, useful or meaningful conversation, what is the purpose of the meeting of the people. However, in my personal opinion, in my experience as well, when many people from different background, they ask me, oh Marathi, from where you are. So if there is a high trust between me and that person, I straight away say I'm from that, I belongs to that, I born there, I came in this country, I was doing this, now I'm doing this. That's all. But if there is a threat that the other person will try to suppress my potential, or he or she try to jealous with me, or he or she try to have a intention to hurt my identity based on my color, my language, my accent, my gender, my uh, country where I look belongs to, etc. So my response will be very different. Or sometimes people start to quarrel as well. Exactly like this. When political parties in the parliament, they try to punch each other, they try to call other bad names, not because of specific on race, but sometimes they do as a race as well. One state's leader or parliamentarian, they try to oppress other lower state parliamentarian. There is a clash that happens in any almost every country, or sometime between seller and the customer. They try to fight as well. I witness not very much, but although UK is absolutely fantastic place to live, so much diversity here, but still you can experience some racist or these type of people when people feel very insecure. um, uh, and customer when the customer come to the seller and seller has some other background and customer has other background, or they have a bad perception against each other, they start to pass bad comments, they start to sometimes quarrel as well. And um, and also, more importantly, when you are giving an interview, when at work, if you are a meeting with your supplier, with your then your supplier, or you ask the supplier the same question from where you are from. uh, Job interview viewer also ask or try to ask other person as well. Although in UK, USA, Australia, Canada, and other many countries, uh, legally they are not bound to ask during the interview from where you are. It is a crime as well. But still, when they both have a confidence on each other and trust, then they may ask, and the interviewee does not um, resist to tell, oh, I'm from there. Or especially in the business meeting, when you meet in a networking meeting where all people are stranger to each other and you try to create a networking, and you never ask, oh, from where you are. You just ask, oh, hello, I'm Marathi, I'm from that company, I sell that thing. What do you do? Another person try, oh, hello, I'm Paul, I'm from that company, I sell that product or service, and that's a good start of relationship. But imagine if you find a person or your business potential colleague or your campaigner or your supplier or your interviewer from HR ask you on a first thing of from where you are. Uh, so basically, that same thing. If you are trying, you have a sense of superiority or believe on yourself. When I say the sense of superiority, I don't mean to say that you are from rich country or you are from rich family or you are from rich uh, big college or university. No, I don't mean to say. When I mean to say when you are have a sense of superiority or confidence on your values, your personal values, who form yourself, your very much character. If you are, you have a high self-esteem, you have strong person, you do not take power from external world, then you can say, oh, hello, excuse me, my name is Maratip, I'm from there, I born there, I move in this country, I'm looking to contribute in your organization. I have a business plan for you based on think win-win, and let's start it. So if there will be any negative energy at your workplace or for with interviewer or in a business meeting, or if any other person have a negative energy, it will all drain, obviously, because you will show your character, you will show your worth, yeah, not based on superficial identities. Oh, hello, my religion is this. I born in that big country. I born in a aristocrat family. I and my dad was that dash. No, no. If you will start from these, obviously that will lead to the racism. That either you are not superior, you will try to other person inferior. You, so either way, other person will try to offense you, you will start to offense other person if you try to show this behavior. I will come to you that when you cannot offense other, what thing are necessary not to be offended, or not other person to offense. So I will tell you. So that's type of things we come across often. That's why in, I think in America, in UK, I think 2 years ago, there was a law passed by the parliament. Even if you are applying for the job, you don't need to mention your real name, because based on your name, the HR manager try to suppress your portfolio. Uh, I mean, you may be from Asia, you may be from Black community, you may be from Hispanic community, you may be from Middle East, you may be from some other origin, and you have specific name. The other person will reject you immediately as soon they will read the name. So it was quite often. So that's why they made the law. You don't have to tell. You don't have to tell even about your family name. Yes, you after passing the interview, you are legally bound to provide some legal information. But before that, you don't have to do. So these are all ground rules for these thing. My This thing. One thing that my today's class is not on racism. Racism is one of aspect of this. My At the end of the this session, I will tell you, or you will know that this is much more diverse topic, and racism is one of its component only. So you will enjoy. I must say. Um, Also, there is a fight, like in a recent election in UK and also in America. The many mainstream party, they try to defend their own agendas based. They are locals and they are protector of their countries. And in the meanwhile, because there are so many immigrants, so immigrant supporter or parties, they are also trying to defend their stuff as well. Uh, so because both have a identity crisis, locals are thinking the immigrant side to snatch their identity of their country, of their city. Oh, look at what the London was before 25 years ago or 30 years ago. Now what the London is turning into. Look at what the England was look like before, and what after the immigrant it is becoming this. The same thing about in America. So locals have their own reservation, and the same thing with the immigrant supporting parties, mainstream. They say it doesn't relate with the immigration. It is something else. There are other aspects why your country is changing, not because of immigration, not because of immigrants are coming in millions. So, and the roots of fighting or attention or chaos between locals and immigration is increasing. And I will tell you why it will increase in couple of minutes, because I have a research on this. I will let you know what will be the solution and how we can take it. Even with the families, if you marry with a girl or with a man of different background, you always will fight, literally physically as well, not because your husband or your partner was at fault, but because he or she was belongs to some other region, or you, or they born out of family, or they born out of family, uh, uh, and so many domestic abuse between husband and wife, and between relatives. One of the reason is also because no one is ready to admit others' background positively, or there is no acceptance or very minimum acceptance with conditions. Okay, you will not meet your family members, I will not meet family members, then we can meet, we can live each other. And there are so many divorces which only happen because of background differences. Even though the husband or wife are very diverse, they have so much potential to become a good partner, good friend, but because they belongs to different background, therefore I don't like your family, I don't like your background, therefore I don't like you, so we should not live together. That's uh, that's a happening. We are so narrow minded, we are so conservative, we do not have the basic humanistic nature to accept other, especially if someone has become legally wife or legally husband, or you adopted any child, or you are carer of some other child belongs to different background. So because why it is because we belongs to different cultures in the whole world. Every country, almost, or major countries, for example, India, USA, UK, Canada, Australia, Japan, China, all have mixed people. When their family try to migrate other, they live there forever, and their families grow there. Human breeding is in continuous process. You can't stop them. It's a very natural thing. But because we are belongs to different culture, religion, language, mindset, thought pattern, we belongs to um, very different cities, villages, all across the world, and we go here and there, and it's not from this decades or from last 20, 30 years ago. It's been from last hundreds of thousands of years. People, humans, sapiens, they have been migrating from one continent to other, one city to other. No one is local. It's my claim. No one is local. Everyone has migrated from somewhere to somewhere in any part, in any time in history. So uh, that is a one of the reason. Also because our culture are very deep rooted with our languages. So we, even if we don't know any language and we don't tolerate or we do not accept other people who have a different language. Thousands of languages are spoken in whole world. Many languages have a common things, but this is one of the also reason why we do not meet other, why we ask from where you come from. The same thing about religions and philosophies. Religion doesn't necessary to be part of any culture or society or city or country. However, religion has been impact on all religion because mostly religion are driven from a philosophy and they are very deep rooted. So because you are from my different religion, so I hate you. I don't know about you. I only know I am the only truthful follower. I know the truth only, you don't know the truth. I follow the true leader you don't know. So my philosophy is superior, your philosophy is inferior. My religion is more relevant, your religion is irrelevant. My holy book is superior, your holy book is inferior. So these type of things we think, and because we do not have a degree of acceptance, we do not have a degree of empathy, or we don't know actually ourselves, myself. That's why I always have a doubt on other people. You know, I'm going to tell you in a minute that why my this thinking is controlling me. That I don't like others, I don't want to live others. I like the same sides of who belongs to my side. I don't other class, other family, other city, other party, other people, other race, other language, other religion. Why? So I'm going to tell you deep rooted cause. Right? Just wait for 5 minutes. Also, we are belongs to different culture because of our different languages, our different religion, different norms, different survival age we have been come from. So that's why we have a different culture. Many countries, big countries who are very prosperous, who have a power in the world, who have an influence, they are combination of so many different culture. Look at India only. India is the most oldest country in the world. Maybe they have around hundreds of different cultures living together. Look at America. Look at the UK history. Look at the Chinese, Japanese. All major countries are being in process of progress due to different cultures mixing, different values, penetration in the culture, and it has a good impact as well, but it has some different impact as well. Some local people, they deny that, or other people, they come to us and they snatching our values, they are ruining our culture, they are we once upon a time we used to be in golden age. Once upon a time our forefather were and then other nation came and our country become dash dash dash. So these type of things um, we feel, we read every day. Our teachers teach us. Our media uh, is continuously spoon feeding us. So about the culture and on some agenda. More importantly, oh, because we belongs to different ethnicity. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a root cause. Look at every human is very different from each other. Oh my God. Look at every man in this image is different. I like three type of men only. I don't like other people, other men. It look like these two have is suitable for my company. Other, I'm firing them. Please don't show me their pictures at all. Oh yes, I think that person is of my type. Yes, I think I will have an interview with him. And so based on our personality, we try to judge people's potential. We accept them or we reject them, and that is our unfortunate attitude. Because I believe strongly in different ethnicity. Because like Bangladeshi tiger cannot fight with American tiger. Both are tiger, but both are the different tigers. Only tiger I know that American tiger. Or even USA eagle is much more powerful than Bangladeshi tiger because we are eagle. The same sense of superiority is with the Bangladeshi that nobody can defeat Bengali tiger. We are a land of tiger. So every ethnicity, every country have their self-created sense of superiority, whether they are intellectual, whether they belongs to some historical things, whether they are currently going on very well, they are earning money, they have a huge arsenal, military wise, politics wise, economy wise. Every country has sense of superiority, and they have favorite countries, they have not favorite countries as well. They hate some countries, they love some countries, they hate some people, they uh, they love some type of ethnicity as well. So this debate is going on, but do you know that is is it the truth and honest way to judge anyone? If we have a conscious, just imagine If I'm a HR manager and I have given, there are 16 people in this image, if you are seeing, and you have their CVs, and my job is to hire 2 3 people from this 16 person for specific job. Will you hire them just based on their ethnicity, just photos? If you are hiring them just based on photos, you will be the most ignorant person, because don't judge the book from its title. And actually this title is not made by them. You have your own image about them. It is your mind which have given them the meaning based on their face or identities. You know, when I in my childhood, when I was young, quite young, then I used to see some CVs of my cousins, big cousins. They used to apply in newspaper, and they used to send a big picture. And some friends, when they apply for the job, they used to put a big picture on the CV, and they used to be more well dressed, more with a different face cut, so that the other person try to uh, love him or her, because of face beauty or personality ethics. Oh, yes, definitely they will call me for interview. So that type of mindset is not with the people, but also with any HR manager. That's why in UK, even though you don't need to mention your real name, the photo is just, you can ignore. You don't need to attach your photo with your CV. Although it is also in practice when you apply for some employer, they ask, please send us your passport size photo as well, please. So basically they want to reject from your face as well. And this is just, they are the men. What about the ladies? In the ladies, it's more worse selection decision, or HR, what they decide for their companies. Imagine if they have a different criteria to hire different ladies on the job. Yeah, we do have equal opportunity laws in UK, very much in practice, very strict here. Uh, but problem is the person who has some discrimination from HR or organization, they do not have such power to defend or go to court against employers until they belongs to some soliciting companies, and somebody try to hire or launch their request or reference in the court against the company who have um, rejected them based on their ethnicity or something. But here is a very strong law. Yeah, I'm going to show you a 4-minute video. And then after that we will find causes of this attitude. Why we do. My approach is very different here, so you will enjoy really. Uh, but before we find the cause or reason why we ask where are you from, I'm going to show you a 3 4 minute video. Um, my purpose is not to show any nation or race as a superior or inferior. I love all races, no matter they are black, white, brown, or anything. My friends and my students, my family members, all are from different thing, and I never consider them from where you are from. But this video will tell you about this is a very hot issue nowadays. But don't think that I agree with the content, or I think that white people are racist or black people are oppressed. This is just for only information purpose. So I'm going to play this video. You can turn on your speaker and just I will see you in 2-3 minutes. But don't take this video as a offensive or any part of agenda or stuff. This is just information. Right. Welcome back again. Uh, we will not discuss the content in the video because we are short in time. Um there are many things, the data in the video which we just watched. Obviously, they must have research from different statistics from their departments in the country. And it's not about the fight between black and white. I don't want to make it controversial. But my point is, even though we are not black and white, we still have racist um attitude against other. Less black have more racism against more black people. Less brown people have more racism against more brown people. So this will not end. This is just a one of the glimpse. But let's go to the next thing, and we try to understand why this is happening. Yeah, and although my video will be taking long, but we can split into the um, two session because it's already, I think, 1 hour have passed. 1 hour? No, I think around. Excuse me. 45 minutes have passed, and still it's long. Stuff is needs to be done. But I will try to uh, summarize the things without going in details. Yeah. But if you are happy, I will take it for longer as well, so that we can finish this topic today. If you are taking interest, otherwise next week I can continue as well. Yeah. So let's learn. Where are you from? So people ask this, when people ask this question positively, and when people ask this question negatively for many reasons. Positively reason is obviously I want to better understanding about you. Maybe you are my client. Maybe I'm your doctor. I'm your lawyer. I'm your any professional in expertise, or So that's why I want to know that from where you are, and you will not mind to tell me who you are. If I want to have a deep relationship, or I'm on date to choose my wife, my husband, my partner, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, so I can ask you, once the trust is created, yeah. Um, but same thing, people ask for many reasons, stereotyping for a reason. Yeah, we ask this question mostly for stereotyping. We want to limit other person. We want to discriminate other person, because I'm trying to find the reason why I should not buy product and service from you, because you belongs to that race and I don't like that you type of people, so I'm discriminate against other type of people. I will prefer to buy a car from these people because they belongs to my country. Because I want to make a quick decision, and I don't trust you. That's why I want to ask you from where you are. Obviously disrespecting, if they are disrespecting, many people, they don't mind to disrespect other. They think it is their right to, if they don't like other. So or they are bashing other. In UK, when I came in this country, I start to learn that the other nation people have a proper systematic and organized bashing against other ethnicity. I mean, in the street, they find that, oh, that person is walking or that family is walking. Let's try to bash them. Let's go and talk with them and try to beat them. Not physically, but I mean to say, try to uh, ask different question. Let's try to torture mentally them. Let's try to make fun of them. Yeah. So this type of bashing we have here. Not in London, but I heard very strong stories, true stories from other part of in England. But it's not matter of England, it's not matter of USA or India or anywhere. It's matter of every place in where we are living. No part of the world is empty from these things. Uh, we because we want to limit other people's self. If I find that that other nation person who mean to be a lower ethnicity group, or I finding the reason that you are not smart, I'm more smart, so I'm limiting, I'm a better player than you, mind you, I'm a better celeb than you. So we try to limit other person. So that's the one of the reason. And people also ask other people's background because of our defense thought mechanism as well. We want to think that the other, before other person harm me, I will have enough information about other person, and I know that how to tackle them. I know these type of people. I know from this country they are. So I know very well these type of thoughts we often speak. We think about that. So I ask this for defense purpose as well. But this defense thought mechanism is myself created. It's nothing to do with reality. I mean, if you are doing your job honestly, why you need to ask other people's background? Because that negative thought is very much in your mind. That's why you try to stereotype other person. You are trying to underestimate other person potential or other personal dignity. That's why you want to humiliate other person, and you will try to create a fake defense mechanism. Oh, I'm asking because I want to defend myself. So that thing is, it's a very self-explanatory. Uh, Also, we ask this question from where you are, from where are you from? People wants to influence other based on the sense of superiority. Like I have mentioned already, that because I find that I look like I'm a superior to him or her, I will ask you, so that I can influenced him or her negatively, or maybe I can try to bash him or her about his or her country or background. So, and that happened in Berlin War, in West Germany and East Germany. If you are familiar, you know that the Berlin Wall, which was broken down, which was fallen in 1989. So two countries were divided between these worlds, and so many million family cannot go to the other side of the wall, and they cannot meet their loved one for ages because of these things. Because one part does not like the other part, so they try to create a wall. The biggest thing, if you see in our history, that happened between Pakistan and India, that based on the religion, the India was divided into Pakistan and India, because some people wants to go in Pakistan based on their religion only. So colonial British rulers, they decided with the help of the local leadership that let's divide the India between Pakistan, and million people died because of that very much thought. The same thing was happening or will happen uh, between USA and Mexico, because leaders are trying to create a wall, or they are creating or constructing a giant wall between two nations, between two type of people, because they don't like other, because they try to steal the other country's resources. They think that the other people are bad, they should not come to our country, and they try to stop other. And this was a big agenda in recent USA election. Whether you agree with it or not, I'm not discussing in a political sense, but I am discussing in a ethnic or in a sense that when other nation does not like other type of people because of any ABC reason. So if we try to stop the Mexican to come in our country through illegal means or etc., they all also have their own reservation against USA. So the reality is something else, but nobody bother the reality, because how our mind has developed based on dichotomy, based on dual nature, that whether you love me or you hate me, that's it. You like me or you kick me, that's it. We do not have third alternative mindset, which Dr. Stephen wrote a fantastic book, that the problem of the people is not you and me, is not between they and we, is not between other and we, they and us, but between a third alternative, which is a higher way, not your way, not my way, but the higher way. But this mindset is not even understandable, is not communicated well in the media or in academia. That's why we always in a bilateral thinking, whether you vote me or you reject me. That dual type of nature is very shattering for humanity. And why people discriminate us, why India and Pakistan discriminate each other people, why West Germany discriminate the other uh, East Germany, because they don't know about themselves. Discrimination happens when you don't know about yourself first, because you have a doubt on yourself. That's why you try to doubt on other people, other selves. And you, and obviously you, everybody has a difference of opinion. It is very fair and enough, but you cannot discriminate because of different opinion, different thought. People discriminate because of diverse thought about other people, lack of synergistic nature or habit. And what is a synergy? I will tell you in details. Because of low trust, because of nurturing, how you were nurtured by your parents, your school, your media, your government, your city. That's, you will discriminate other. Or lack of spiritual intelligence. And in this spiritual intelligence, because uh, you do not have a spirit in your life, you do not have a true sense of right and wrong in a broader sense. That's why you have a lack of spiritual intelligence, and that's why you will always discriminate others. And that's happened everywhere. So now let's find the reason why do we do not trust others, why we feel scared when we meet strangers, why we become defensive with others, why we stereotype or become racist against other for our defense or for our just enjoyment. Let's find the reason. The number one reason I told you, the number one reason, we have a dual mindset pattern. Our mind is made in a way, we understand our mind that we live in a opposite um, opposite narration, true false, man woman, right wrong, height lower, up down. And therefore the same mindset we will have, you or me. It means that my way or your way, so there is no other third way. So that minds, due to that mentality, we cannot imagine this, that both are right. One person is saying that, oh, it's a 6. Other person is saying, no, it's a 9. Both are right. But do not try to understand that both are right. But both think that they are right. He is right or she is right. Like Dr. Stephen Covey is saying, we see the world not as it is, but as we are, or as we are conditioned to see it. It's a wonderful, amazing thought. Can you imagine that why we describe the other people? We actually not describing other people or events. Actually, we are describing ourselves. When I say, oh, they are bad, oh, these people are they, oh, he or she is very, very dash. Actually, I am describing myself because it is exactly reflecting from my thought. And that is causes uh, the separation between husband and wife, the conflict between boss and employee, and between one political party against other political party, between environmentalist against technologist, because they think that they are right and other person is wrong. Have you imagined, has anybody see this image? And this image was described by Stephen Covey in Seven Habits book. It's a wonderful explanation what I'm talking about. This could be a beautiful young lady or an old horrible lady. How you will say that depends your paradigm. If you have a paradigm about a beautiful girl, you will perceive this image as a beautiful girl. So you see, you are not this picture does not have any meaning, but you are giving the meaning to this picture. And how you will give the meaning to the picture based on your own experience, based on your background. So when you say, oh, you when you try to in uh, make other person inferior, or you try to abuse other person or disrespect other person, it means you are disrespecting yourself, because the other person is a reflection of your mind, because we are locked in our paradigms. We have very limited, very narrow minded bubbles around us. We cannot out from that. And this is one of the biggest discovery in human psychology, that why we have a conflict other, because we all have a locked paradigm. Thank you, Eva. Thank you. I'll see you next time. So it is also because we all tend to follow social mirrors. If you think about Jenny or Ifzal, or uh, where our thought come from, have, obviously I will speak, or I will respond, or I will act based on what I have been fed by my society, by my parents, or people I'm following. All people are driving. These are all called social mirrors. So, if I'm against any person or a community or a family, it means that I am representing a community against other community. And nowadays, it's a very dangerous trend is going on. We are discussing, we are against other people or other community or other country as a whole country. Why it is? Because also we have a duplicate identity. The mind wise, maybe I am an Indian, but spiritual wise, maybe I'm a Japanese, and dressing up, I'm doing like an American. So I'm a very mixed person. I'm not a pure person. So how I can other person label something? Because of duplicity, personality within myself, I'm trying to label other. Maybe my parents or my grandparents, they came from other different regions, different background, and they mix. And my mother were born, and they both were also different. They migrate to some other country, and where I born, you know, and now who I am. I'm representing my identity is my grandparents' country, or my mom's country, or my father countries. Who I am. So we are very much mixed now. Nowadays in UK and America, there are many NGOs. If you give your saliva sample or your blood sample, they will tell you about which ethnicity you belongs to. And even though they are not 100% confident what they find the result, they charge you 100 $200 or pounds, and they tell you 80% you are from that, your ancestor from that country. But they cannot find, even they could found 100%. So what? For example, I belongs to, if I found that my grandparents were the dad of Newton, Isaac Newton, imagine if somebody told me or revealed on me that my grandparents were ancestors who were crusaders, who participate or lead in a war against between Christian and Muslims, and they won also. What made me superior? It is not superiority, because I am taking power from those other people. It is not my power. My power is my power. My internal character is my power. Isn't it? So, therefore, my identity is a very complex thing. I do not eat the same food from the same village. I don't speak same English accent, or I don't understand other different English accents as well. I don't read same type of books. My whole things since I born were very mixed in every aspect. And I'm trying to claiming that I have an identity. How how silly or foolish I am. And based on that identity, I try to be superior and try to make other people inferior based on a fake identity which never been you before, and which is my identity, which is my character, which is grounded inside me, and I am not aware from this. Every day I try to become different person. I try to copy other. I to try to become different people, different thought, different nations, celebrities. And then I'm trying to say that I have an identity. Even imagine that what the identity of that boy will be. Have you heard about this? Do you know about? That's fantastic thing that different ethnicity people they are mixing, and they are sharing their values, and they are producing a third alternative. I will consider this baby as a third alternative. He is not from dad. He or she is not from mom, but he or she will have its her or his own way, which have some portion from dad or mom as well. But both father they don't own this child. When this child will grow, he or she will have its own identity based on her or his developed character. And that character is a combination of integrity, truthfulness, level of pure knowledge, spiritual intelligence, believing on natural principle, believing on a power of choice, honesty, mostly the universal morality. But we don't know about this. That's why we have a identity theft. Dr. Stephen is saying people actually don't theft your identity. You theft you actually your identity has been theft from your culture. Okay, imagine I'm Marathip. Okay, what is my identity? Well, my identity is um, I am Muslim. Okay, that's your identity. It means you are representing some big community, and what that community is doing, it means you are doing as well. Is that you want to say? No, I'm not talking about your community. I'm talking about yourself, who is Marathip. So my identity theft is if someone try to associate with me their identity and say that Marathip's identity is that this identity. He is a British. He is an African. He is a Pakistani, and he other person is trying to close me in a shell of being a Muslim, in a shell of being a British, in a shell being a other labels. So whatever the labels you will put on me, that's these are not my identity. My identity is how truthful I am. My identity is how much core values I have. My identity is the success which I have gained myself. So it is the biggest threat on humanity nowadays that our identity is in a greater risk, and we try to own others' identities as our my identity. So if you see that that I took from the Stephen Covey's great book, The Third Alternative. Yeah, I think that let that class will be long. I will close till here, actually, and then the second part uh, I will be discussing next week because it will be quite long also already. Um, Jenny comment that I think the cultures are fascinating and so exciting to learn about the different celebration of each. Absolutely fantastic. So all cultures, no matter, I mean, the other cultures are not threat on your being a local in your country or city or state. Absolutely, the cultures are fascinating, and and we need to celebrate the difference between them. That's the beauty of the richness on many big mega cities like New York, like Washington, like London, Berlin, Mumbai, Beijing, Tokyo, Melbourne, and every big city of the world. That's a beauty that the people from different background are living there. They are working there, having a different languages, different values, but they have a shared living policy, norms, values, and they never have a clash with each other if they don't have a racist or discriminatory discriminatory mindset. So, and that's why they are the rich economy as well. Or even I forget one about Dubai, which is also multicultural society. So why they all people wants to go there in these cities and countries for best future? Because of diversity. And why the many countries are lag behind? Because they do not have a diversity, or either they do not they are not celebrating diversity, like Jenny has said. So, so I will pause it, and we will continue next week from exactly the identity theft and how we can stop it, and from where you come from is a notion, but how we need to handle it actually. What are the real thoughts and real practical steps I can take so that I will not victim of that phenomena. Neither other person try to suppress me or my identity, or neither I should suppress or underestimate other person by asking from where you are from. So, um, if you have any question, please let me know. Um, and next Sunday, I will come with the second part, which more interesting and practical thoughts as well. So I'm available for any discussion, please.
I've been thinking about, so in America, for instance, when someone says, "Where are you from?" and people are from everywhere here because people want to come to America, obviously, because they're looking to make, a good life, something for them and their families, which makes sense. So here, of course, we have a racist problem in America, but I would assume that would be all over. But here with our police, for instance, your video that you showed, if if I were getting directions on my phone, like let's just say I'm driving to a friend's house and then sometimes the directions need to be reset. It'll take me around the same block or something like that. And so I'll just pull over and reset my directions on my phone because then it'll just kind of pick it up and take me where I'm going. So if I'm to pull over in a neighborhood, a very wealthy neighborhood, to reset my phone, sit in a cul-de-sac or something, then, a jogger might be jogging by with her little dog or whatever, and she's going to typically wave at me, like, "Oh, hey," and I'll just wave back or whatever. Now, if I'm a black man, and it's the same scenario, exact same scenario, I'm just lost, I need to reset my phone, and I've pulled over in this cul-de-sac, that same jogger typically is not going to wave, and she's going to think, what is he doing here? And maybe run home and call the police and say something like, he looks suspicious. There's a suspicious man in the cul-de-sac. Can you come and check it out? When he's not doing anything at all. And that police thing video that you showed is absolutely real. It is fear, someone thinks that someone's going to do something to them when, they're just not doing anything at all. So I guess I wanted to comment on your video that you showed, because racism is real, and a lot of people want to act like it's not, and they want to say, "Oh, well, that doesn't happen, and it's not like that anymore, and nobody does that." They do that. Here where I live in America, people are upset for a reason. I mean, they're not just upset for no reason. So it is
Uh,
important to discuss, how we should be treating each other. We should always hire anyone based on their their qualifications, not because they're a certain race. And I don't think you should have to change your name. That's you should just come in as your own name. I mean, anybody should have equal opportunity everywhere. That's very important, the equality. So I
Yeah,
just
that's right. That's why the governments are trying to bring the laws of equal opportunities in everywhere, even the nations where who are less privileged, like India, Pakistan, Iran, um, or in other Middle Asian countries, that they do have should have a equal opportunity rules and laws at a workplace, at a hiring, at the job, where people don't need to change their name, people don't need to show their face, people don't need to tell which family they belongs to, or blah blah blah, which religion they belongs to. So that's very much is everywhere. It's not only in America. I think it's more in America. It's look like because of advanced media, and I believe there are much more worse racist activities from government side, the from the state side is in process. It is in engaging way everywhere in mostly countries, but because of media, restricted media there, these type of news does not come outside, so that's why we don't know about them. It does not implement only on racism, but also for any other issues as well, like the crime rates, violation of human rights, um, domestic abuse against women and children, everywhere in the country, all over the world. But if it happens in USA, or maybe in UK, or those countries who whose media are more open, so that become these type of news become viral. um, and obviously it's quite natural, because these nations in some sort of trend makers for rest of the countries as well. So if something is going in America, so other people will try to learn from these things as well. This is also good, but obviously it should not happen, definitely. And the video which I play for you is definitely is showing that there is a racism. There is racism not against black even, also the black against white as well. It does not mean that all blacks are right, or Asians are right against other ethnicity, or it is only in media because the white are in majority, and that's where become the point of contention. But racism lies in every country with any all nations, whether they are superior or higher graded in that culture, or at a lower level in that culture. Look at the India. In India, the society is so much diverse. Um, like I said, the hundreds of cultures are living there peacefully. However, the racism is at peak. Yeah. Um, but there is no superior race against other inferior race in practically, but there is so much. But we don't hear about in the rest of the world because it's not uh, being monitored, and it is not a high I mean value thing for other media to highlight, or what's going on in India, or what's going on in Saudi Arabia, or what's going on in South America, etc. So this is also one of the cause as well. But this video is very mind blowing as well, and obviously we have to work on the solution. And today I wanted to give you the solution, but because it's a so emotional topic, I covered a lot of things. But the solution part, which is 20-30 minutes, is still left. and I will tell you how we can eradicate or minimize these type of things from our personal level. And obviously, if we are able to do it at personal level, to cope it at our private level, then other people will inspire from me, from us, and they will also follow us, because we are not offended people against other, and the other people will also not be offending against other people. So this chain will go, but this candle has to light from one way. um, so the purpose of this class is that I might try to candle a light, and you can follow if you are agree, and then you can influence within your circle of influence, and this will go on exactly like how racism was spread, that one niche, one person or influencer um, try to um, show racist act against other, and that was negatively inspired by many people at the same time, and other people took the negative influence, and they further spread and further spread, and how it spread it across towns, cities, and countries, and then and the whole world nowadays. So I mean, thousand miles of journey start from the first step. So we can take our step at our level, and I will try to show you some of the answer, some of the valuable solution next Sunday.
Okay, okay. I just would like to raise a question, and it's an open question. Marath and Jenny can also answer as well. We talk about the trust. So I just would like to ask, what are the ingredients of the trust, especially when we meet the new people, especially while we are living in a multicultural society, and especially when we meet those people who we don't know, or it could be between the the B2B when we speak to the business people, or it could be between the families. What are the ingredients of the trust, and how we can build a trust between the unknown people as well? Thank you.
Yeah, I will respond first, and then Jenny can do if she wants to do. That's a fantastic question. Thank you. But that is self contradictory question as well. It is about the mindset, how I'm seeing the things, how I'm perceiving the things. The reason why, when you say that the unknown people, that mindset actually is giving me the impression that we don't know the other people, where this mindset itself need to be correct. So we, because we, like I said, we all are human being, so there is no unknown people. We need to have a empathy and affection and love and trust on everyone, regardless I don't know them or I never met with them. Then I will create the trust with them. So it means that if I don't know any person or any customer or any unknown people, like you said, so it means I cannot create trust because I don't know them. I can create trust only the people who I know. No, that's the thought we need to reform actually, and we need to believe that every person, even I never met, is a human of multi capacities, of huge potential. That person will have a love, and with so much talent as well. And when I will meet, we will share values. That thought in your mind create a trust automatically, and then you will shake hand automatically without any racist impact. And when other person will receive your that welcoming style, I'm sure that the other person will respond in the same way. So trust basically start from yours first, and then other person will inspired from you to respond for that trust. So that's the very much that's why the leadership quality is the quality. When you inspire, find your voice, you try to inspire other people voice so that they can influence them and they can influence other people, and that's how this influence, this inspiration spread. So leader actually prepare it first on himself or herself, and that inspire other. So it means that he or she create the trust first, he or she build the character first, values first, found the voice first, and then the other person easily inspired from that person. But if you don't have found your voice, if you do, you do not trust on yourself even, how other person can trust you? And if I have a thought that he is a stranger, I need to be alert. He is from or she is from different background, I need to be scared. I don't know. These thoughts have to be finished from my mind. Then I will be able to make so many good friends. Otherwise, with this type of thought, I will lose all known people as well, because known people will have some sort of background, and may not they have a good trust on you, or you have a good trust on them, and you will lose them eventually. And so the trust is start from yourself first, and trust is a glue, is a bounding. But you have to have a adhesive power. The other will automatically stick when you try to connect with him or her. So that's I hope this clarifies the answer
Yeah,
question.
thank you very much. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, thank you.
No,
Jenny, would you like to add something?
yeah. So you're interviewing for a job, you're saying, and anyone sits in front of you, and you want to know how to present that the best way. Um, Basically, you know, you're here. Let's just say it's a sales job. We'll just have an example, and I come in to sell your product. Well, if I'm sitting there on the interview, I've shown up to do that. I want a job. I want to sell your product. I've researched your company. I'm prepared. I'm ready, and I want to do this. So, regardless of my ethnic background or my religious background or anything at all, that's not relative at all to how well I'm going to do the job. You want to hire the person that's going to do the very best job that you're offering. So we just have to respect each other and give that opportunity to anyone and everyone that's the best, just the best interview that we have. And if we're open to that connection and you feel that whole energy between the two of you, we all feel the same way. We all want the glory of a good position. We want to do well. We want to treat each other well, and we want to do a good job. So whoever that is, it doesn't matter where you come from. But, like Meritip said, the whole thing of this class, where are you from? Well, that can be offensive to someone that has felt like, how about I'm from here? You know what I mean? Or I
I'm not
was,
from Mars.
yeah, let's just say, yeah. I mean, well, what does it matter? Nobody's really from here anyway, and it's just, It's interesting, but we do have to be sensitive to one another. If somebody says something like, well, what do you mean, where am I from? And they get offended, well, we'll just respect that we just offended them, asking them a question like that. I don't think you would mean anything by it, but just because you don't mean anything by it doesn't mean you shouldn't have asked that question. What does that have to do? Like Meritib said, we don't even know each other. Why do you need to ask where you're from? It's possible that that's an inappropriate question. So, yeah, I'd say just basically whoever you get that energy with, there's always a group of people at work that you want to mix your personalities where you know that each person is going to work well with each other and you can feel whether they will or not. It doesn't matter where you're from, it just matters, that energy, I think, and if you're willing to work for the job that we're offering you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful answer and good conversation. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So thank you very much, all you, for participating. Next Sunday, I will come with the advanced and some fundamental solution
Yeah,
of
we
very
need to do
much
that.
issue which we are, which have discussed. And thank you very much for bearing. It's too long. I think it's almost 2 hours. It's a longest
Yeah.
session ever. Even though I wanted, even though I wanted to spend more time, but I think I have to go. My family is waiting for me. Uh, so if you are watching it, please subscribe my YouTube channel and click and log in into these useful website. And I will see you next week, same time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much. Thanks, Jenny.
For all the interaction.